The NL West is stacked again. Stars like Goldschmidt, Kershaw, and Arenado have their eyes set on a repeat visit to the postseason. Eric Hosmer and the Padres know that each series against the NL West will be critical in their quest to unseat the contenders. The first division test begins tonight as the Rockies take on the Padres, next on Fox Sports San Diego. Padres and Rockies getting ready to go here tonight as we check out the weather report brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. 62 degrees, southwest breeze at 7 miles per hour. The forecast is for cloudy, and right now it is cloud covered above Petco Park as we get this game started tonight. Padres have taken the field tonight as Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, and Bob Scanlon with you tonight for the first of 4 between the Padres and the Rockies. And Bud Black coming back here to Petco Park, bringing his Rockies in. Second year that he's been at the helm, and we check out his starting 9. Charlie Blackmon is in center field with DJ LeMahieu at second base. Nolan Arenado at third base with Carlos Gonzalez in right field. Ian Desmond at first base with Gerardo Parra in left field. Trevor Story, the shortstop, bats 7th. Chris Iannetta bats 8th, and Chad Bettis out of the 9th spot, the pitcher for the Rockies.
Brian Mitchell, his scouting report is brought to you by GMC. He's got the fastball, cut fastball, curveball, and changeup. He'll use all of his pitches to both sides of the plate. Works both sides quite nicely. That cutter might be a big pitch for Brian Mitchell this year.
Well, Mitchell ready to work here to Charlie Blackmon. Has 3 hits on the year, and they're all home runs. 5 RBIs for him, and first pitch of the ball game is going to miss inside. We're underway.
Well, I'd be lying to you, Donnie, if I didn't say that I'm really excited to see what Brian Mitchell has to feature against this offensive team, the Colorado Rockies. First pitch right out the gate was 96.
Saw him a little bit during the spring. Certainly regular season, a whole different animal.
Yeah, you're not pitching against AAA prospects or AA guys on the roster, non-roster invitees. These are the best 8 position players he's going to face tonight here at Petco Park for the Rockies.
Well, Charlie Blackmon last year setting a major league record with 103 RBIs from leadoff position, surpassing Darren Erstad's previous mark of 100. So the Angels back in 2000. On the ground, and a fair ball inside the bag at third, down the left field line to the corner, and Blackmon is going to round second and pull it up with a double to get this first inning started. Right down the line into that left field corner.
How do you win a batting title? You use the whole field, foul pole to foul pole. Lets that ball travel. That's almost near the belt buckle across home plate. Hands first, barrel follows, and there goes the no-hitter. Leadoff double for Charlie Blackmon.
So Blackmon at second base, and it brings up DJ LeMahieu. Former batting title winner himself. Champion from the year before last. 2 for 10 so far out of the gate this year for LeMahieu. And he lines one down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Over to plate is Myers. Blackmon will stop at third. The throw comes back in, and it's now first and third with nobody out here in the first inning.
The common theme early for these Rockies are letting the ball travel and taking the ball where it's pitched. Charlie Blackmon, the double down the left field line. This ball elevated, leaks over the heart of the plate, but LeMahieu, remember, they shift LeMahieu to go to the opposite way big time. Manuel Margot is shading the right center field gap. Blackmon, he's going until he gets the stop sign. Stop. First and third action for the Rocks.
So runners at the corners, nobody out, and Nolan Arenado coming up. Arenado 4 for 13 so far in the season. Arenado hit .385 with 18 RBIs against the Padres last year. 25 for 65. And 7 home runs, 18 RBIs.
The resume is just unbelievable. 5 straight Gold Gloves at third base. both sides of the baseball. You know, usually the ledger kind of weighs one way or the other for a good player. You know, he's great defensively, kind of questionable with the bat, and vice versa. Not with this kid.
To left field, and Perella's coming in to make the catch. Trying to score as Blackman. A double pump, and the throw is going to be late. Perella was not sure that he was going to be taken off, and he did. It seemed like Blackman kind of surprised him there. And able to tag up and score as Blackman. The Rockies take a 1-0 lead on the sac liner to left.
You have got to get rid of that baseball as soon. Oh, yeah, there it is in the glove. I don't know whether he couldn't find the handle, but by rushing it, it is up the third base line of home plate. There it is. There's the double pump, and that's all it took for Charlie Blackman to score the first run. And with A.J. Ellis going to that ball to his left, there's no way he can catch that ball and then change direction that quickly to get Blackman.
So Charlie Blackman is in. Rockies lead it 1-0. And here is Carlos Gonzalez, who jumps back out of the way.
That ball was scalded.
Yeah, it was hit very hard on a line. Gonzalez off to a 3-for-12 start to begin the year. Double by Blackman in the inning, a single by LeMahieu, the sac line out by Arenado. And now a chopper to first base. Hosmer will go to second for one, back to first, dug out but not in time. So LeMahieu retired. And covering there was the third baseman Chase Headley with a shift on, so that goes 3-5 on the put out at second base.
Defensively behind Brian Mitchell looks something like this, and it's sponsored by your San Diego County Ford dealers. It'll be Perella in left, Margot in center, Myers in right, infield third to first, Headley, Galvis, Asuaje, and Hosmer. A.J. Ellis putting down the signs for Brian Mitchell.
Here's Ian Desmond. Four for 10 so far out of the gate for Desmond at first base. Removed from Saturday's game and his own suggestion due to soreness in his right knee. But back in there tonight. Hosmer's got it. He will flip to Mitchell. Races to the bag for the out. That ends the inning. Rockies get a run. Padres are coming up. Brought to you by Jack in the Box. This season, Padres home runs score free Jumbo Jacks only at Jack in the Box. By your Southern California Cadillac dealers. And by Petco, where the pets go. Bottom of the first inning, Rockies scored in the top half of the inning. And the Padres coming up. Andy Green's starting 9. Brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Manuel Margot, Will Myers, Eric Hosmer, Jose Perella, Carlos Asuaje, Chase Headley, Freddie Galvis at short, A.J. Ellis doing the catching, and Brian Mitchell, pitcher, on the mound. Bats out of the 9 spot. A.J. Ellis added to the lineup relatively close to the game as there's a grounder to shortstop. And Trevor Story gets it there to first base in time to retire Margot.
On the hill this evening for the Colorado Rockies, right-hander Chad Bettis, and quite a story. Chad Bettis has been through a lot. Last year was battling testicular cancer. He made it back. The repertoire is something like this: four-seamer, slider, changeup, and a curveball. This kid's a bulldog, and he starts this year at full strength. Went through a lot last year, so the Rockies are glad. All of baseball, quite frankly. It's a great story that Chad Bettis is back doing what he does best.
Myers drives this out to deep right center field, back towards the wall, and that ball is gone. Well, Myers, with his first home run of the year, ties the game with one swing of the bat. It's 1-1.
How nice and easy was that swing from Will Myers as Chad Bettis wants to go down and away, and that is right down the middle. Doesn't mean you have to pull that ball. That's got a good sound to it. He's taking it to the San Diego beach. That's landing in someone's margarita. And with one swing of the bat, Will Myers ties it up.
So a 1-1 ball game, and Will Myers answers any questions about his back after missing a game here on Saturday, having the scheduled off day yesterday, and some back problems. Back in the lineup tonight in a big way.
Sore back, my eye.
Home run for Myers ties the score 1-1. And Eric Hosmer now dealing with Bettis.
You know how there are swings that are pretty swings? That was a pretty swing. And granted, it's right down the middle, and that's what hitters look for, and that's what you try to capitalize on. And Will did everything right.
Well, he came into this game 8 for 16 in his career against Chad Bettis. A double, a triple, and a home run. He can add another home run to his resume. He loves facing the Rockies. Usually it's in Colorado, but has good numbers against them all the way around, really.
There's always that one team that is your kryptonite, and no matter how good or bad that team is, it's that way, and then vice versa as well.
Hosmer will take ball 3. As you mentioned, Chad Bettis missed the first 4.5 months of the 2017 season following surgery and chemotherapy treatments. That's ball 4, and Hosmer down to first base with 1 out. This walk allowed by Bettis.
That's a very patient at-bat from Eric Hosmer. Passing it along to the next guy, Jose Perella. And he gets Bettis into the stretch.
Bud Black back at the helm of the Rockies. Of course, got to the wild card last year, and hoping for more of the same this year. Of course, 3 teams coming out of the National League West last year for the postseason. Dodgers, who won the division, then the Diamondbacks, and these Rockies.
I mean, they were on pace at one time to where you could have, over the 162 game schedule, they were going to win 100 games. They kind of faltered, though, towards the second half of the season.
Perella 4 for 14 so far in the young season. And the swing and a miss for Perella.
Little cut action. 89 away from Perella.
Well, they spent a lot of time in the playoff scenario, 181 days. And ended up in a wild card game.
Remember, the Brewers won it by 1 game.
Yes.
Lost it by a game.
Brewers certainly improved themselves.
Oh, no question.
Saw Lorenzo Cain and Christian Yelich here over the weekend. There's a grounder towards short, could be 2, but Story with a bobble. Throw to first is not going to be in time. Bobble costly, does get the lead runner, and Eric Hosmer for out number 2.
Look at the Colorado Rockies defense, brought to you by Cadillac. Behind Chad Bettis in the outfield, left to right. 2-time Gold Glover Gerardo Parra. There's a lot of gold out there on that field right there. Charlie Blackmon, 2-time All-Star in center. Carlos Gonzalez, 3 Gold Gloves. Arenado, 5 straight at short. Trevor Story, DJ LeMahieu, 2 times the Gold Glove winner. First base again Desmond, and behind the plate veteran Chris Iannetta.
So 2 down, and Perella at first base, and that'll bring up Carlos Suaje. 2 for 10 out of the gate. Gets away, and getting to second base is Perella. Good aggressive base running right there. Didn't get all that far away from Iannetta.
That's good base running. Why? Secondary lead. Hop, hop, shuffle, shuffle. Daylight. He kicks it to his right. Watch Jose on the right there. Shuffle, shuffle. Daylight. Into scoring position.
Wild pitch charge to Bettis allows Perella to take second base in scoring position as Suaje takes a strike over the outside corner. 2 for 10 so far with an RBI is Suaje. On the ground softly towards LeMahieu at second base. That takes care of that in the first inning. But Will Myers, with his first home run of 2018, ties this game 1-1. That's a right center for Myers. Will Myers with one swing of the bat ties the game 1-1 with a home run, and it's on to inning number 2 back at Petco Park in San Diego, and it's Gerardo Parra who's going to lead it off here for the Rockies against Brian Mitchell. High strike call to Parra. Now Parra missing the first half of the spring after undergoing surgery to remove the broken hook of his hamate bone on his right hand. On the left field line, out of play. Unnecessary bone, as it turns out, the hamate bone. You can live without it.
Yeah, that's kind of like the spleen, the appendix, right?
Yeah.
And that hamate bone came into popularity maybe, what, 15 years ago?
On the ground right side. Suaje to his right. And Parra is out number 1 of the second inning. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, I was thinking of this Rockies lineup and thinking about the 2 guys that really could do some damage. So hopefully for Brian Mitchell, no love for Blackmon and Arenado batting first and third in the Rockies order. And a deep start for Brian. Be nice to go a solid 6. Maybe if he gets him into the 7th with a lead, turn it over to the bullpen. But hoping for good things for the 26-year-old Brian Mitchell.
One down for Trevor Story. Off to a quiet start offensively, just 1 for 12.
A lot of swings and misses in this bat right here for Trevor Story. A lot of punchies.
Batting out of the 7 spot for Bud Black. Ball and a strike now to Story.
7 strikeouts first 3 games of the season.
Last year he led the National League with 191 strikeouts. That was the most strikeouts in franchise history.
Now put that in comparison. Didn't like Mark Reynolds strike out like 240?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's unbelievable. I've always contended, though, I'll take 200 strikeouts if you hit 40 to 45.
Well, here's the thing.
You drive in 100.
Yeah, well, he drove in 81, not bad. 23 home runs. Lines this up the middle, and that may have gotten a part of Suaje's glove on the dive or not. It's out to center field and sharply hit either way, and it's a 1-out base hit for Trevor Story.
Rockies staying on the Mitchell fastball nicely and taking the ball the other way. Even though that ball right there, that's a curveball. But Story takes it right back to the right side of second base. And Suaje looks like he did kind of get that off the heel.
So 1 out, 1 on. That's a 3rd hit off Mitchell. And it brings up Chris Iannetta. Of course, last year, member of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and Iannetta going back to the Rockies where he began his career. So foul back to the screen. Signed as a major league free agent in December this last offseason. Spending the first 6 years of his big league career with the Rockies. How about his start? 5 for 7 out of the gate so far. Time of the Angels, Mariners, and last year, as I mentioned, the Diamondbacks. Story takes off, pitch up and in, throw from Ellis. He's going to be late. Stolen base for Trevor Story.
This pitch gets up and away from Mitchell and up and in to Iannetta. Look out. And A.J. Ellis behind the dish kind of looked like fell back a little bit after that throw, and it kind of leaked on the first base side, and Suaje trying to be as quick as he can to try to apply that tag.
A.J. Ellis getting the start tonight as Austin Hedges had a little upper back tightness. Was in the original starting lineup, but then was taken out before the game. So Hedges with an upper back tightness situation, and A.J. Ellis getting his first start. 1-1 to Iannetta coming up.
I think it's a good thing that we touched upon in spring training as A.J. Ellis getting to catch everybody in camp and getting to know their stuff. But Brian Mitchell can can trust A.J. Ellis because he's been in the National League for a long time. He knows these hitters. He knows the Rockies. So it's almost a case of getting a game plan and then probably not a lot of shaking off between these two tonight.
Mitchell got par to ground out to second to begin the inning. Singled by Story, stole second base, and there is Story with one out in scoring position. Iannetta cranks it foul off to the right out of play, and Mitchell good velocity right there at 94 miles an hour.
Do you think these Rockies got a game plan against Mitchell?
Pretty aggressive so far.
Opposite field, big part of the field, center of the diamond. Trying not to pull everything.
That's ball four, just a tad high and down to first base. With the first free pass served up by Brian Mitchell goes Chris Iannetta.
A lot of high fastballs up in the zone tonight early on for Brian Mitchell. I think he's got squeezed on a couple. So that goes to show you that Alfonso Marquez, the home plate umpire, is not giving the high strike.
And Green moving Chase Headley in at third base. Anticipating the bunt here by Chad Bettis with runners at first and second. The Rockies pitcher batting for the first time. They're crashing from the corners. Does square, and it is to Hosmer. They're going to third for the force out there. They get it. Getting the lead runner and Trevor Story for the second out of the inning. Hosmer racing in and backpedaling to the bag at third was Headley, and they got it. The force out at third base to get the lead runner.
The way Headley was set up, he was in between land. He was set up looking at second, looking at first, looking at home. In the ideal situation there, because it's a force play, as soon as that ball was bunted, Hosmer knows he's charging. He's left-handed. He just catches. He's already in a good position to throw. Force play, get the lead runner. And it's all good downtown. Now 2 outs.
So first and second, 2 down in the inning. And it's back up top for Charlie Blackmon. He doubled and scored in the first inning. Outfield playing straight away, and Blackmon really can go anywhere.
Yeah, this is when you really got to bear down. Another high fastball swung on and missed.
We're going to see a lot of the Rockies here in April.
You think?
This marks the first of 10 April meetings between the Rockies and Padres.
Yeah.
We will go to Colorado twice in the month of April.
It's unbelievable.
Just the way the season series worked out. They took 12 out of 19 from the Padres last year. Little bloop, and back is Galvis to make the catch on the outfield grass that ends the inning. Game tied 1-1.
I don't know another first baseman in the game that tries to make that play from a deep position. It was a great play. It's game-saving, game-changing play. We didn't come away with it, but it's winning baseball, and it's an exciting play to see.
That's Andy Green talking about the defense that his ball club has played so far this season. You saw that great play by Eric Hosmer in game number 2 to shut down the tying run in the 9th inning of that game. And 2 nice plays by him tonight, going over to second base, and then this play on the bunt, very aggressive. He comes in, perfect throw over to third base to get that lead runner. Guys, you can talk about the stat cast all you want, but you can't measure a guy's instincts, a guy's footwork, a guy's arm strength, and his accuracy. Eric Hosmer has shown all of those so far very early in the season. This pitching staff is going to love it.
Thanks very much, Ken. No doubt. I mean, that's one thing that you heard about during the offseason when he was signed. The offensive part of his game, what he brings, the intangibles, but I really think he is as underrated as far as a defensive player goes.
Bob said one word that I think encompasses everything about Hosmer: instinct. When he was playing deep at first, that ball hit sharply. He knows that if it's a little dribbler, he's not going to go that way because the runner's going.
Sure.
But
That's what the good defensive player, any player, they know. Remember in Little League, it says, hey, if the ball's hit to you, remember what you're going to do with it. It starts when you're young. But it's not only that, it goes deeper, I think. Is it a softly hit ball? Is it a sharply hit ball? He knew when that ball was hit sharply as deep that he had to fire a strike with accuracy to home plate to get that runner, not being a force play. Once again, charging, anticipating that bunt. It was a two-hopper. Now a force play. He just needs to get to third base for the strike, and he did just that. So tremendous instincts.
You kind of get lost in that whole inning as it turned out. And Chase Headley would ground one left side into a shift. And in time at first base for out number 1. Arenado, third baseman, had been about halfway between second and third. Freddie Galvis with a home run on Saturday. That was off Suter. A 2-run shot, first home run in a Padres uniform, and a great start for Freddie Galvis in a Padres uniform. 5 for 12 so far. And 417 for the Padres shortstop. 12 home runs last year in his last year with the Philadelphia Phillies.
Hitter's ballpark.
Yeah, I always get the impression, especially to right there at Citizens Bank Park, that anything in the air has got a chance. It's got that feeling.
I think even you can go yard there.
I don't know about that, but you certainly feel that way. It's very small.
There are balls that are hit off the bat there in Philadelphia. When you see the ball, the trajectory of the ball off the bat, you're thinking, okay, it's going to be deep. But no, it goes like 8-10 rows up.
Galvis to take ball 3, 3-0. A.J. Ellis waiting on deck as Chad Bettis. Last year I mentioned battling cancer and getting 9 starts total in last year, 2-4, with a 5.05 earned run average. That's a strike on the outside corner. Center fielder Charlie Blackmon over towards left center on Galvis. And he'll foul it off, so Bettis able to battle back here and make it a full count.
You know, Bettis 3-2. Chances are you're probably going to think you're going to get a fastball, but he can cut that fastball as well. And it's that part of the game to where if he feels comfortable enough to throw an off-speed pitch, he might throw it. Nope, heater.
Ball 4 down to first base goes Freddie Galvis. Second walk allowed by Bettis.
Download the app, play for free, and start your streak for a chance at $5.6 million. You heard it right, $5.6 million. Download Beat the Streak today.
1 out in the second inning. Freddie Galvis at first base, and that'll bring up A.J. Ellis. And tonight, late scratch was Austin Hedges with upper back tightness, so A.J. Ellis in there. Lifts on to right field. Gonzalez going back to make the catch as he runs onto the warning track. For out number 2, and Galvis back to the bag at first, 2 down. So 2 away, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Brian Mitchell, batting for the first time. Making his Padres debut tonight after being acquired from the Yankees in early December. Deal that also brought Chase Headley back to San Diego, of course, and Jabari Blash went in the other direction. Take strike 1. It's only his second big league at bat. Chopped. Bettis coming off the mound has got to hurry. His throw is going to be late. Beating it out is Mitchell. There's your first big league hit. Chopper took a long time to come down, and Bettis, by the time he gets rid of it, cannot get Mitchell at first base. Get that baseball.
High chopper, and let's see what type of speed Brian Mitchell has. That ball checks up on Bettis, but he fields it with the glove, then the hand. Did you see that? Caught it with the glove and then took his hand into the glove. Glove, hand, and that might have been the difference because it was very close at first base. Congratulations, Brian Mitchell. That's a big league knock.
Padres did get the ball back, ended up in the Rockies dugout over there, but they were able to get it. So 2 down, 2 on. Top of the order, Manuel Margot now. And he'll take ball one. And well, grounded out to the shortstop Trevor Story in the first inning, 0 for 1. 16 games against the Rockies at .271 average. I mentioned the Rockies took 12 of 19 against the Padres last year. Outscored them 113-69. Most runs the Rockies scored against any team by quite a bit. Margot fouls it back. Gonna jump on that fastball. 2-0. Got the fastball but fouled it back. This is allowed 2 hits, a home run by Myers. The infield hit here by Brian Mitchell. That's ball 3.
Hitters count. Freddie Galvis, get those hamstrings stretched out a little bit. A base hit to the gap, crack of the bat with 2 outs. You're going to score. Glenn Hoffman's going to send you. There's Freddie checking the outfielders, checking the defense behind him. And Glenn Hoffman, hopefully it loosens up that shoulder to send him home.
Ball 4. Second walk of the inning, third of the outing allowed by Chad Bettis. Base is now filled with Friars.
Pitching coach Steve Foster out to have a little chat with Chad Bettis. Bettis up in the zone with the fastball. And that's a mound visit.
It's official.
Yeah.
One has come off their total. They're allowed 6 per game, and they're down to 5. It's actually on the scoreboard here now. Well, earlier, Will Myers supplying the Padres their only run. Home run to right center field. His first home run of the year.
It was a fastball. He wanted it down and away. It leaked down the middle of the plate. Let's see what Bettis throws him first pitch offering right here.
Mentioned 8 for 16 prior to that home run against Bettis in his career. Second home run that he's had off Bettis. And he takes strike 1.
Heater in.
So going right after him.
Yep.
5 career multi-home run games. Last one in September of last year against the Diamondbacks. And that was at Chase Field. Myers hits it in the air to center field. Struck pretty well. Blackman going back at the wall. He'll leap in. Blackman makes the catch right in front of the wall. Looked like it might have a chance for a grand slam, but instead Blackman back there to make the grab and robs Myers and the Padres. They don't score and they leave him loaded as Blackman makes the grab out there that ends the second inning.
He was battling through most of spring finding that curveball. And after, maybe 8 to 10 of them, he'd find it. You don't have the luxury against the Rockies to wait 8 to 10 before you start finding your primary, secondary pitch. So we're going to need him to get aggressive with it early and attack. And he's got plenty of weapons. It's just a matter of trusting those weapons and being aggressive with them.
Andy Green talking about Brian Mitchell and the things that he needs to do to be successful. He talked about the curveball. Now, we've seen him throw some tonight. Some of them have been very good. A couple not so good. He's missed with location. That was the one that he hung to Trevor Story, the base hit up the middle. The bottom line is, guys, he's got great stuff. Great movement on the fastball at 95 miles an hour. Excellent action on the curveball. We've seen a cutter tonight as well. Now the key is for him to command them on a consistent basis. A little bit shaky the first 2 innings. He's gotten away with it because of the stuff. Let's see if he can settle down.
All right, Scan, thanks very much as he returns to the hill here for the third inning.
Yeah, I think Bob makes a great point. Getting away with it because you've got the stuff. If you're not a hard thrower, 95, 96, and you miss, chances are you're going to get shellacked. Sometimes with the stuff and you miss,
The hitters are a little late on it and can't really square it up. But if he can hone in those crosshairs, man, down and away with the heater and up out of the zone with 2 strikes because they'll chase, and that little cutter into lefties, he will have some serious success.
DJ LeMahieu leading it off here for the Rockies.
See what's in the toolbox there for Brian Mitchell. Fastball, curveball, cut fastball, and the changeup. Almost 50% of the time throw the fastball.
Dealing with LeMahieu, won a batting title in 2016, hitting at .348. Last year he followed it up with a .310 average in 155 games for the Rockies last year. That's ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk to begin things here in the third inning. Time now for the Kia drive to success. Major League leaders in home runs since 2015. Nolan Arenado tied with Edwin Encarnacion in that category, only behind Nelson Cruz of the Seattle Mariners.
And he can hit him anywhere. You know, we know that Coors Field is like pitching on the moon, right? But this guy, he can hit him anywhere.
Well, Mitchell off the backside right now, getting some rosin. Back up on top and getting ready to deal with Nolan Arenado, who had a line drive in the first inning, picked up an RBI sacrifice. Scoring from third was Charlie Blackmon.
Here's one for you, Donnie. I think you'll win a lot of bets with this one. He has 37 home runs last year for Arenado, right? 19 at home, 18 on the road.
Would have expected more at home, obviously. But he can hit him anywhere.
Yes.
Throw over to first base, and LeMahieu back to the bag. Held on by Hosmer. In the dirt, and A.J. Ellis to his right to block it. Arenado last year finishing fourth in the voting results for last year's NL MVP. Giancarlo Stanton winning.
Don, if he stays healthy, is he going to be in the top 5 every single year?
Probably.
I would agree with you. Yes. And if you're keeping score at home, take a mound visit away from the Padres. Both teams now at 5. A.J. Ellis out there to have a chat with Brian Mitchell.
Lead runner on and LeMahieu. Second time in 3 innings that the Rockies have had the lead runner on.
6 straight balls. Mitchell's need to make an adjustment right here.
Popped up. Foul ground. Ellis and Hosmer both give it a look, but it's out of play. No chance. Mitchell again off the backside of the hill in the midst of a meeting with himself. Two-one coming to Arenado, but first throw to first gets away from Hosmer, and towards second base goes LeMahieu, and he will get there. And off the glove of Hosmer. And they're going to charge the pitcher with the error on the throw, and Brian Mitchell.
Oh, that looked like a very catchable ball, didn't it?
I thought so.
Ball didn't bounce, right? Looked like Hosmer had a chance to catch it cleanly.
Now Arenado batting with the runner in scoring position, and he will take that close pitch for a ball.
Well, we see it all the time, right? When a pitcher is not around the zone consistently, you don't get those ones right on the corner. This is 92. Little cut fastball.
Big cut there, and it's a full count. 95. That one was by him.
Yeah, the four-seamer is going to touch 96. That's a four-seamer down and away. That cut fastball is going to be 91, 92. And very, very rarely he'll throw a two-seam fastball. Touch about 94 with that pitch.
On the ground, back under the glove of Mitchell to second base. Suaje bobble, but has time to recover, and the throw just does get Arenado at first base. LeMahieu will take third with now one away.
Well, going back to Nolan Arenado with the runner at first base, he misses down in the zone with the cut fastball. Answer is with the curveball. Now he's got some work to do because it's 2-0, and that's dangerous. He pops that one up, but trying to keep the ball away and movement.
Occasionally will stick in the four-seam straight fastball.
There's 95 off the plate. Well off the plate, if taken a ball, therefore avoiding the sweet spot of Arenado to do some damage.
Infield in all the way around now, the runner at third, one down, and here is Carlos Gonzalez. He'll take ball one. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the first inning, 0 for 1. Career .284 hitter with runners in scoring position, and deliver the go-ahead run here for Colorado. Elevated, and he chased. Mayhew at third base, 90 feet away with one down. On the ground, a fair ball out of the reach of Headley down the left field line. Scoring from third is LeMahieu. To second with an RBI double goes Carlos Gonzalez, and the Rockies take a 2-1 lead here in the top of the third inning.
Well, the Rockies are just staying back and taking nice, easy swings. And this one in particular, Gonzalez just throws the head on the outside part of the plate. The infield is in. It looks like a high cut fastball. You can see how his hand comes around, his fingers come around that baseball. But once again, the ball left up in the zone is not going to have that bite if it's down in the zone. Or even belt buckle high. Just plays pepper with that left field line.
So one down in the inning, a run in. Gonzalez at second, and here is Ian Desmond. 0 for 1 after grounding out to first base in the first inning. Waiting for ball one. Two pitchers already for Mitchell. 22 strikes, 20 balls to this point. Elevated and fouled straight back. 1-1.
Don, we talk about it all the time. The success of a starter is based on one certain thing that we haven't seen tonight. And what is it from Brian Mitchell?
Probably command of the fastball.
Yeah, off the plate, missing up in the zone, not getting ahead.
One out, Gonzalez at second base. And a grounder foul outside of third.
Five out of 14 first pitch strikes.
Working deliberately here with a runner at second base. Liner fair down the right field line into the corner. Carlos Gonzalez being waved around. He will score. Throw cut off, and it's an RBI double for Ian Desmond. And the Rockies on top now, 3-1.
From the get-go, after A.J. Ellis put down those signs, he was up out of the crowds wanting the high fastball. See the high fastball there? Just kind of leaks middle in just a little bit, and that's all it takes. Just a little bit for Ian Desmond to stay on it, fight it off, and just out of the reach of Eric Hosmer.
So Desmond at second base driving in that run. 2 so far in the inning now for the Rockies, and brings up Gerardo Parra, grounded out to second base in the second inning. 0 for 1. The arms out of the way, and that just missed for ball 1. Parra 2 for 13 to begin the year. To right and out there to make the grab is Suaje. Nice play. Carlos ducking back to the short lawn in right field, makes the catch before it hits the grass. For out number 2, sounded like it was towards the end of the bat.
That was a changeup off the bat of Parra. I think he fractured his bat.
And kind of off with the timing for a Suaje. He kind of jumped a little bit too early, and thank goodness that ball finds the webbing. That ball is hooking off the left-handed bat for a big out.
So 2 down, and Desmond still at second base, 2 runs in, and here is Trevor Story. A single in the second inning for Story. Also stole a base. .291 in his career against the Padres. 5 homers, 21 runs driven in by Trevor Story. And keeping it going here against the Padres in the first meeting of this year tonight at Petco Park in San Diego. A little late on the fastball at 94. Has him down 0-2. Next pitch will be the 50th of the night for Brian Mitchell. We've not seen any action in the pen to this point yet for the Padres here. Of course, yesterday off for San Diego. 0-2 is up high, 1-2. Penn was kind of strapped on Saturday. Brad Hand was not available. Craig Stammen, Kirby Yates all had been used in the first 2 games of the series and at length. Do it again here, 1-2. Inning started with LeMahieu walking. Arenado grounded out. Double by Carlos Gonzalez. Scored the second Rockies run. Then Ian Desmond with a double to drive in the 3rd run.
Remember, you don't have to throw him a strike here. A lot of strikeouts with 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trevor Story will chase. Oh, he wanted to.
Fifth pitch of the inning coming up.
Darren Balsey, the pitching coach for the Padres, checking out the scouting report that he himself puts together.
Have you had a chance to look at one of those yet?
I have not.
Yeah, we'll do that sometime. I think you'll be impressed.
What are the kinds of things that he has on there?
Oh, everything. Counts. What the hitters like to hit in certain counts. What their averages are off first pitch. Whatever. Where to throw the certain pitches. You know, we're always preaching strikes, strikes, strikes. Some guys like balls, balls, balls. Throwing down and in, they swing over the top of it, right? It's not a strike.
In the dirt outside, gets away briefly, trying to get to third. Is Desmond, he will be out. So nicely done by A.J. Ellis, firing to third base. Desmond trying to get over there, but thrown out. We'll see if they're going to challenge this or not. Not appear they will. Ellis able to keep it in front of him, and then he throws Desmond out at third base. The tag from Headley. And they have not yet decided whether or not they're going to challenge this or not. Padres, before we get ready for the bottom of the third, it's time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question. Name the current Padres position player who hit his first career Major League home run off the Rockies.
Name the current Padres position player who hit his first career Major League home run off the. Okay.
Well, Eric Hosmer is going to lead it off here in the bottom of the third inning. Hosmer, Perella, and Asuaje, with Padres now trailing by 2 runs. Rockies getting a pair in the top of the inning.
A lot of expectations for this Rockies team this year, don't you think, Don?
Absolutely. Coming off last year's very good year and getting to the postseason.
Last year for this ball club, after 35 games, they had the best record in Rockies history, 22-13. It was the second half, though, that got them. They won 45 games out of its first 71. But then there was a tailspin. Under 500. But eventually got, you know what? I know people always talk about that wild card. Oh, it should be best 2 out of 3. Hey, that'd be great. But my philosophy is you get one chance for one game, at least you're getting the chance to get in.
Exactly. And it's exciting.
Sure it is. And I honestly, I predicted, I had the Rockies beating the Diamondbacks with John Gray going for them. Shows you how much I know.
This one fouled off. Full count still.
But it's fun, though. It's great.
Shift on. Only Arenado left on the left side of the infield. A foul down the left field line off the bat of Hosmer.
You know, for our viewers at home, first of all, we thank you. Secondly, you notice with that shift, we've incorporated the graphics to indicate which position player is playing where on the shift, which is nice.
It's helpful.
Yeah.
So a lot of times third baseman will move over there. This is the other way. Hosmer sending one to the gap in left center field. Blackman back to play it, but it is Hosmer to second base with a double that starts the bottom of the third inning.
Second time around for the Friars against Chad Bettis, and his pitches have been up as well at times. This one up outer half and hit exactly where it was pitched. Good looking swing on the old number 1 from Eric Hosmer.
Jose Perella grounded into a fielder's choice in the first inning. 0 for 1. As Hosmer stands at second base, leadoff double. First time tonight Padres have had the lead runner on. And a slow roller towards third. Arenado throws on the run and in time, as Hosmer will take third. Perella retired 5-3. And a nice play by Arenado.
And this is a play that shouldn't surprise you because we've seen it for so many years. 5 straight Gold Gloves. The barehanded grab from Arenado, and it's just not that, but look at the accuracy on that. While his momentum is going towards home plate, he's done it hundreds of times.
Fairly ironic you mentioned the Gold Gloves and he didn't use his glove on that play. Huh?
The gold hand.
Yeah, you don't get that stuff everywhere. 1 out, runner at third. Carlos Asuaje, who grounded out at second base. First time up, will take a high strike for strike 1.
You're a little froggy tonight, aren't you?
Hosmer the walking lead off third.
Good layoff. Outfield swung over towards the left field line. Big time, big time. Pereira over. See Pereira over there? Hey, he's off the screen now almost. He's over so much. And then Charlie Blackman on the shortstop side of second base and center.
Line down the right field line. That's a fair ball headed towards the right field corner. Hosmer will score. Asuaje to second base with a double. Padres within a run. It's now 3-2.
Well, now the Padres are taking advantage of some high pitches out of the hand of Chad Bettis. Hosmer going the opposite way. This curveball, watch on contact. Above the belt buckle. Speeds up the bat of Carlos Asuaje. Oh, and he likes that. Keeping it fair. That's a double and an RBI.
Chase Headley. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to shortstop in the second inning. I feel about straight away here on Headley as Asuaje gets his lead off second. Oh, swing and a miss, 1-1, change up.
Very good change up off the table. And Chase way out in front. Not a bad first pitch with a runner in scoring position. Take that back, being behind in the count.
On the ground down the first baseline, it's a foul ball. And then make sure it stays foul as Desmond came off the bag to retrieve it.
Bettis falling behind 1-0 and then countering with the changeup. Now finds himself ahead 1-2.
Headley 0 for 7 so far to begin the year. Love to get a base hit here and tie this game. Padres batting in their half of the third inning. And a grounder. That is a foul ball.
Ball looked like it was close to hitting the bag there.
Yes, very close.
I thought it kind of stayed down a little bit because it hit the bag maybe, but first base umpire Bruce Dreckman all over it.
Two pitches for Chad Bettis through 2 1/3 innings. On the other side, Mitchell 54th through the first 3 innings. A bounce in, blocked by Annetta. Asuaje is going to get to third, though, standing. Wild pitch charge to Chad Bettis.
Boy, that was spiked. That ball might have hit out in front of home plate. And as a catcher, you just have to get down on the knees and hopefully it bounces in front of you to where it's going to be a chance to maybe throw the runner out. You know, Iannetta did everything he could.
Infield in all the way around. And Headley with a swing and a miss. Fastball in, and that's the first strikeout for Chad Bettis. 2 down. Well, it's time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. And the current Padres position player hit his first career Major League home run off the Rockies. Carlos Asuaje, July 18th of last year, Coors Field. Hit it off a guy who's now a teammate of his, Jordan Lyles.
That's what I was going to guess. You're not going to call me out on that?
No. 2 down, runner at third. And Freddie Galvis walked in the second inning, getting his second look at Chad Bettis.
Okay, it'll be interesting to see how Galvis is pitched to here. First base is open. You've got Ellis, the right-hander, on deck. First pitch was up for a ball, clearly a ball. Fastball well off the plate. Is this kind of a little pitch around maybe, Donnie?
Could be. Yeah, first time he walked on 4 pitches.
Change up.
And a swing and a miss, full Galvis, 2-1. Asuaje with the tying run 90 feet away. There are 2 outs in the inning. And it's back to the gas, it looks like. And that's ball 3, 3-1. Two doubles in the inning. Hosmer's double to begin the inning, and then Carlos Suaje with a double, driving in Hosmer from third.
I was just going to say, why not throw another changeup? He threw it one earlier in the dirt.
There you go. No. And the second time that Galvis has walked tonight. That is walk number 4 allowed by Chad Bettis.
Yeah, that was the old pitch around, I believe. I think his intent was not to give him anything good to hit. Mike Redmond, former Marlins manager, there on the left with the scorecard and the not blowing the bubble in the hoodie. The guy on the right now.
So 2 down, first and third, and here's A.J. Ellis. Ellis flied out deeply to right field in the second inning, 0 for 1.
A.J. swung at the first pitch his first time up.
This time he takes the high strike. There's some things to know about A.J. Ellis, 18th round pick by the Dodgers in 03. 9 career major league seasons. Got Clayton Kershaw's no-hitter against the Rockies. And he gets hit here to load the bases. We got the pitcher scheduled in Mitchell. And the base is now loaded.
Four-seam fastball. Missed big time, right on the left sleeve. Pitching coach Steve Foster out for another visit. And the right-handed pitcher Brian Mitchell, who bats left-handed, is swinging the bat on deck. Approaching home plate.
Well, he had that infield hit, his first major league hit. Now a chance to help himself out here with the bases loaded and 2 down in the third inning. Suaje, Galvis, and Ellis take up the bases. And Tardy on the 90-mile-an-hour fastball. On the ground, back to Bettis. He's going to throw to first for the out. That will end the inning. A run in, though, for the Padres. 3-2 Rockies.
3-2. Brian Mitchell will be out for his 4th inning of work, but he's had his challenges tonight, guys. Hitting location, that's supposed to be a fastball inside to Blackman. He leaves it out over, base hit. Later on to LeMahieu. Again, missed location, another base hit. That scores the first run. Then last inning against Carlos Gonzalez, trying to go up and in. He leaves it up and out over. That goes for an RBI double. He's really been challenged tonight locating the fastball. If you can't locate the fastball, you're behind in the count a lot. He's thrown 54 pitches so far this evening. The good news is, it's only 3-2. He's limited the damage. If he can find himself, get himself under control here in the 4th or 5th inning and have an efficient inning, guys, he might be able to give Andy a couple more innings, but he needs to find it and find it quick.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. As Brian Mitchell getting ready here for inning number 4. Welcome in Mark Sweeney. Mark, great to see you.
Good to see you guys.
How you doing?
Happy Easter, a little bit day late.
Happy Easter for those who celebrate.
Yes.
Happy Passover as well.
Happy Passover as well.
It's good to see you, Mark Sweeney.
Good to see you.
As a hitter, when you face a guy like Brian Mitchell, you know he's got good stuff, A. B, now not around the plate. Any certain type of way to go about? What's the blueprint for a guy coming up?
There's a cat and mouse game because, yes, you want to gain information, especially in your first at bats. But when there's runners in scoring position, you got to take that same approach you normally take. You know the scouting report. You just have to probably go out there and attack if you're in that mode where there's runners on.
I noticed early on, like the first 3 hits were all opposite field. The Rocky hitters were really doing a good job of taking the ball where it was pitched.
Yeah, this is a talented group, as we've alluded in years past, but they continue to get better. I think a lot of it has to do with Charlie Blackman and his success at the top of the order.
Trevor Story leading it off here in the 4th inning, and Mitchell up to 56 pitches so far, dealing with his first hitter here of the inning. And inning number 4 to be Story. Iannetta and Bettis scheduled to bat in the inning.
I wanted to ask you, Mark, too, when Mitchell is taking this opportunity, going from different leagues, how challenging is that? I know they played interleague play, but
sure,
this is really his first real opportunity to seize a starting rotation.
The way I think a pitcher should go about it is
Galvis at short, elevates and makes the grab. Freddie Galvis with a nice defensive play turned in right there.
Boy, we're going to see it all season long. We've already seen it in the first handful of games, but Freddie Galvis's range, leaping ability, taking away possibly extra bases if that ball finds the gap in left center field. Nicely done, number 13.
But if I'm Brian Mitchell, with his stuff, to get back to your question, I'm going to challenge hitters to find out, do I need to make an adjustment? Rather than kind of, and I'm not saying he's trying to nitpick, but I'm going to be aggressive in the zone with my stuff, and then they start rat-tatting me. Okay, then I got to make an adjustment. But prove to me that you can hit my fastball. Prove to me that that cutter I throw on the outer half of the plate for a strike, you can turn it around.
Well, guys, you've seen it too. The question to me is that when you've started in the minor leagues for so long, you feel comfortable about it. Then you go to relief with your majority of opportunities in the big leagues. Do you add a pitch? Because you try to simplify it a little bit as a reliever.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. I think he's more suited, and I mentioned this in our pregame show also. I think he's more suited as a starter. I think it's just a matter of getting stretched out. And to add a pitch, absolutely. Very few pitchers, I believe, can pitch at the big league level for a long time with just 2 pitches. I think you need to master that 3rd pitch and incorporate that 3rd pitch. But you're right, bouncing back and forth is tough.
On the ground by the mound towards short. Galvis coming in, and his throw in plenty of time. 2 down. Well, Swing Dog, I would think this would be a very tough lineup to be facing for your first game here in a Padres uniform in this Rockies lineup. They're so explosive.
Yeah, they are, and they have the ability to mix and match. Obviously, the challenge is when Buddy Black, you look at the lineup. Here it is, left, right, and 2 batting champions, and then you got Nolan Arenado, Cargo. So there's balance at the beginning, which really intimidates you. You have to try to manipulate that lineup as best you can, and you want to pick your spots. Sometimes that's difficult to do with this Rockies lineup.
Well, Chad Bettis, the pitcher, batting for the 2nd time tonight. He grounded into a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. And bats here with 2 down, bases empty. Well, Mitchell looking to secure his first 1-2-3 inning of his outing. Really going after Bettis here, and he's falling behind 3-0. There's a strike. 3-1. Anywhere from 93 to 95 of that fastball tonight has Brian Mitchell. Mentioned 20 overall appearances last year for the Yankees. Only one of them was a start. Opposite field, and a base hit for Chad Bettis. So that breaks up the 3-up, 3-down bid there. A 2-out single for Chad Bettis, the Rockies pitcher.
Went 3-0, 3-1. You've seen a lot of pitches. You've seen a handful of pitches, and this one off the barrel. Hey, just get it started. Make some contact. You never know where it's going to go. Not the prettiest of swings, but that's a safety to right.
So 2 down, and Bettis at first. Top of the order, Charlie Blackmon. 3 home runs out of the gate for Blackmon. Yeah. Doubled in the first.
This is when Charlie looks for that pitch in. That's been the change for him the last couple of years. Obviously, the home run production's there, but I think he picks his spots. It's not a guy that wants to work the count too many times. He's been aggressive at the beginning of this season, especially on those first couple of pitches of the sequence.
That's blocked there on the backhand by Ellis, and that'll keep Bettis at first base. I mentioned the 3 home runs on the year for Blackmon against Arizona. He had 2 home runs in 1 game. He's off Zach Greinke.
Oh, a curveball from Greinke and a fastball there, pulling it to the right field seats.
So batting here with 2 down, runner at first. 70th pitch of the night for Brian Mitchell coming up. And it's lined to right field. That's going to get down. Over goes Myers to cut it off as Bettis will stop at third. Charlie Blackmon into second base with his second double of the night. So second and third with 2 down.
We get 2-0 count. You're looking and you're hunting for your pitch. This is right down the middle. Off the end at the bat a little bit, but the balance and him just setting that vision. Very comfortable spot for Charlie Blackmon.
Well, you don't get away with too many mistakes with Charlie Blackmon, huh?
When you have that balance, you're able to have that plate coverage as well.
He had 37 home runs last year. Second double of the night tonight. Second and third, 2 down, and this gives DJ LeMahieu a chance. And there's action for the first time in the Padres pen. Kyle McGrath first up in the pen tonight. Fouled off down by the shoe tops, and it's 1-1.
You know, Bob Scanlon made a good point earlier with the struggles as far as being around the strike zone. I mean, there was one point in time when Mitchell was 6 for 16 first pitch strikes, but it's only 3-2. I mean, he's 1 out from leaving 2 runners stranded here and going in, and hopefully the Padres can get on the board, get something going, but score only trailing by 1 run.
Rockies are 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position in this game. Chopped left side. Galvis from short's got an off balance throw, but he gets it there in plenty of time. A couple of nice defensive plays by Freddie Galvis in the inning. 3-2 Rockies. Club card tomorrow. And by Tough Turtle Turf, a full landscape design company. Will Myers homering in this game. Padres trailing by a run as they come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Top of the order coming up, Manuel Margot, Will Myers, and Eric Hosmer face Chad Bettis working here into the 4th inning.
Haven't been able to get that big hit. The Padres up to this point have left 7 runners on base. They've had Chad Bettis up against the ropes, but haven't had the chance to get that one big blow.
Yeah, that second at bat for Will Myers, man, that was so close. Just didn't have that sound, as you said.
Off the end, yep.
Almost a grand slam, but Charlie Blackmon back there to make the catch in one of the deepest parts of the ballpark here at Petco Park.
Yeah, you know, that raises a question. The outfielders here for the Rockies in particular, Parra, Blackmon, Gonzalez. Do you think when they travel on the road and they come here to Petco Park and they're thinking, well, man, it's a much smaller ballpark. We don't have to cover as much ground because it is unbelievably huge in Colorado.
It's such a challenge at Coors Field, especially that left center gap. It's always in your mind, and you feel like you're not getting to the baseball. When you get on the road, to your point, it's got to be so much easier because you can manipulate the outfield with the defensive shifts.
Mark, when you were at the Rockies, did you get any time in the outfield? Did you play?
I did. Most of the time I was in right field.
So you know what it's like.
Yeah, Clint Hurdle wanted to put me in right field, not because of my arm, because I didn't possess a good arm, but the reason for it is there's less room. You had to almost have a center fielder in left field to be able to control that area. Very challenging for opposing managers that are coming on the road.
Oh, Manuel Margot leading it off here is grounded out and walked. Who's in center, if you remember, at the time for the Rockies?
Jay Payton, your old buddy. There was a bunch of guys. Also, Preston Wilson was there too. So Preston did a really nice job, but it was a challenge for him. He went from Florida to there, so he knew those big outfields because Florida was big as well.
Bettis working here into the 4th inning, gave up a run in the 1st, a run in the 3rd. He's worked his way out of some pretty dangerous situations, though. I mentioned Padres have left 7 men on. Margot strikes out looking. Time now for our Coors Light refreshing finish. Will Myers with a home run back in the first inning.
That may have landed in some of these Coors Light.
San Diego Beach. Terrific numbers against Bettis in his career. Now 9 for 18 is Myers. And almost took him out of the yard for a grand slam the second time. A pop-up this time has LeMahieu there for out number 2. Where I was going with that center field thing, though, is you think about Charlie Blackmon and how much ground that he really covers at Coors Field from being a center fielder there.
Yeah, and the way he handles it, he positions himself so well. His reaction is very good. If you're looking at outfielders that possess a good amount of coverage, it really has to do with reading the ball off the bat. So Charlie Blackmon does do that very well, but he's had to work at it.
Eric Hosmer taking it the other way to left. Parra's over, and he'll make the catch. A 1-2-3 fourth inning. 3-2 Rockies on top. To the 5th we go. Time to check out the showstopper from around Major League Baseball. And how about Bryce Harper, part of a Nationals win, 8-1 today. It's his 3rd home run in 2 days. Great start to the season for Bryce Harper. They beat the Braves today 8-1.
Both those teams scoring some runs. Atlanta 27 runs going to that game. Nationals 21 runs. 2 of the top teams early on in this 2018 campaign.
Brian Mitchell back out on the mound. Nolan Arenado leading it off. Arenado, a sacrifice fly in the first inning, grounded out to second base in the 3rd inning. RBI for him in the first was his 2nd. Arenado, Gonzalez, and Desmond scheduled to bat here in the top of the 5th inning for the Rockies. Not sure if Will Myers re-aggravated that back on that last swing or not, but he was back out there in right field again, but looked like he was stretching it out again after the pop out. Pitch outside, and it's now 3-1. Frame, but it's ball 4, and that's the 3rd free pass served up by Brian Mitchell. Leadoff walk this time.
Curveball from Bettis, and you can see how he has to extend. The back leg comes out, overextending, trying to reach that off-speed pitch down and away. Maybe rattle the funny bone a little bit.
You know, guys, when you deal with that back injury, or you always hear the intercostal muscles, the worst thing you can do is hit a ball or even swing and miss. That's what you're worried about. You want to make contact when it comes down to it. And up until that last at bat, that's the only time he extended himself, because he's hit both of those first 2 at bats. He crushed both baseballs.
Gonzalez pulls it back and takes a strike.
I know we talk about it all the time, but first pitch strikes now 8 for 23 for Brian, and once again Padres only trail by a run.
Arenado, the leadoff walk, held on over there by Hosmer.
Double play ball would be nice here.
Blocked by Ellis. Lost all his gear, helmet, mask, everything.
Yard sale.
It's everywhere. Tom McGrath still warming in the pen, and he is joined out there by Jordan Lyles, the former Rocky. Inside for ball 3. 8 of 23 for Brian Mitchell. First pitch strikes, and not starting off ahead. In the air to center field. Margot coming in. And Manuel is there for out number 1. So 1 on, 1 out, and bring up Ian Desmond. Mitchell trying to work his way here through the 5th. Desmond tonight has grounded out to first base, and last time up doubled in a run. Picking up his 3rd RBI of the year. Left Saturday's game with a bit of a knee problem. In the midst of a 5-year deal. The Rockies. This one fouled off the catcher A.J. Ellis.
Yeah, it's that back knee too, which causes a lot of problems. He likes to sit back and rotate on that backside. We're gonna have to monitor that. But after a challenging year last year, they'd love to have his bat get back to where it was, even in the Washington Nationals days.
Played just 95 games last year for the Rockies, first year of that 5-year deal. Arenado walks to begin the inning. Gonzalez flies out to center. Mitchell has fallen behind here, 2-1. Fly ball to center field, sending Margot back. Still going back to the track at the wall, and that ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Ian Desmond, his 2nd home run of the year, and the Rockies go on top 5-2.
Guys, we've talked about location all night out of the hand of Brian Mitchell. Getting ahead is one thing, and then deeper into the at-bat, location is being the other. And as soon as this ball was hit, I really didn't think it had the chance to get out. I think it was going to be deep. Thought maybe Manuel Margot had a chance, but he wants it down and away. On contact, it's down the middle at 90. It gets extended. Looks like a cut fastball. Rotation there. Didn't cut enough. And Desmond stayed on it to send it to center field.
So 2 hits, 3 RBIs on the night. 2nd home run of the year. And now the Rockies on top 5-2. Yeah, that ball carried very well. I didn't think it had a shot to go in the beginning. But Margot just kept going, and just to the right of the 396 marker out there. It gets out. Now grounder right side. Suaje to his left. And there are 2 outs here in the 5th.
Well, when you look at a game like this, 5-2, and we're halfway through almost, you think of bullpens and preserving that lead, right? Well, the Rockies spent a lot of money this past offseason on bullpen strength, and that is supposed to be one of their strengths this year. Almost $100 million worth in that bullpen with the multi-year deals that they dished out.
Yeah, Jake McGee, Brian Shaw, also Wade Davis closing it out for them. That's a talented group, but they have others to go along with those 3.
So, Mark, if that starter can go 5, even 6 innings, right? Like, it seems like that's the template nowadays with a lot of teams.
Yeah, and you look at Wade Davis' former team, not the Cubs. You're thinking of the Royals. They've created this. Because what's happened to baseball is now it's all about how that starter can get through 2, maybe 3 times through the order, and send it over to your weapons, and you can start constructing those high leverage situations that you want guys to come in and flourish. Buddy Black knows how important that is.
Yeah, and when back in the day did like setup guys get 3-year deals for $27 million? I mean, good for them.
Yes.
It's great. But it was like non-existent.
It's too bad, really, because you probably wouldn't be an analyst today if you had.
Oh, hardly.
Probably wouldn't needed it.
You're talking about your place in Del Mar on the beach.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, right.
Sunning and gunning.
He loves the sun.
Loves it. The sun loves him.
In the air to right, and Myers will move back to make the catch in front of the warning track. That ends the inning, but a 2-run shot for Ian Desmond, 5-2 Rockies.
Talking to those guys, a lot of times guys want to see instant result, and sometimes it doesn't happen. It might happen 2 weeks later, it might happen in 10 games. So I think the biggest thing is being positive with the guys, breaking down the at-bats they had really good at-bats about, not the ones they stunk on. Bring back, hey, this is what you did different in this stance. This is where you need to be.
Hitting coach Matt Stairs in an unbelievable way about handling that, because he has to be positive. He has to set a structure with all these hitters. But he talked about having those conversations in the batting cages, and that really is so important for a hitting coach, because that's when you dig deep, because the game is really reacting off of what your work is in the cage. But he understands the building block, but more importantly, he understands how to be positive and give these guys information and let them go out there and be successful.
See Chase Headley right there, the 10-year veteran in the ear of Matt Stairs, trying to get anything they can to maybe share with somebody else about Chad Bettis.
Interesting, though, that he was talking about how they want instant results, and usually you make a change, you make an adjustment. If you don't see stuff, I imagine you're reluctant to continue down that road.
Yeah, it's not the quick fix. I think you have to, you hear so many phrases like trust the process, be able to go in there and trust the work that you're putting forward and let it translate on the field. What he likes about this club and what they've been doing is really focusing on that scouting report. That's what you have to do night in and night out, but you have to continue to work.
Strike 3 call. Jose Pirela becomes a third strikeout victim for Bettis on the night.
It's frustrating for any fan watching, or anybody in that matter, if you're a Padres fan or not, if you want to see action in a big league ball game, a pitch like that, a hanging breaking ball taken for a called strike, you want to be hacking.
So 1 down brings up Carlos Asuaje. Grounded out to second in the first, double to drive in a run in the third inning. Line to left and in for a base hit. Second hit of the night for Asuaje.
That's why I picked Carlos Asuaje tonight, pick the stick, because this guy knows how to use the whole field. There's a fastball right down the middle. He could very easily try to come out of his shoes, right, and pull it. No. Hands first. Barrel will follow. Safety to left. Sorry about
1 out, 1 on.
2, 3. Sorry about the 4-point night.
Chase Headley coming up.
Who'd you take there, Cha-Cha?
Why do you have 4 points?
RBI, double, and a single. That adds up to 4 in my math. Mark,
it does mine too. No.
Who did you take?
I can't tell you. I had the second pick and I made a bad decision.
1-0 is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
But I love him.
Jose Pirela.
Yes.
That's right. What's not to like?
You really do like him. You go with him every night.
What's not to like?
Freddie Galvis. So I went with, and I have 2 points, I believe. 2 walks.
That's good.
Should have gotten a point for an outstanding defensive play also, but.
Well, it's pick the stick, not pick the glove.
Yeah. Well, but you get minus for errors.
You like those rules, don't you?
It's terrible. And they've not changed.
There's my man.
There he is, Jose Pirela.
Yeah, well, it's. I know it's early, but it doesn't look like the Gnome's going to be going your way again over that bridge.
Oh, you're ready to make that statement on April the 2nd?
Yeah, I know.
2-1 pitch coming up. And the bunt bid, and that is going to stay foul.
Well, I think our play-by-play guy has been having separation anxiety. As you take a look.
Oh my!
Look at him look deeply into his eyes.
That's
look
disturbing.
That's when they came to get him on opening day when I had to give him back after the entire offseason.
Looked like you wanted to kiss him.
I had to say goodbye. I wasn't ready yet.
That's close.
Because they said, hey, bring the gnome on opening day because it's got to go back to Fox Sports San Diego.
Wow.
So I brought it, and I didn't have a chance to really say goodbye, so that was my goodbye. It was odd.
Did you write him a note?
Spent a lot of time together. We fished. We cooked. We watched a lot of hockey during the winter.
Did you tell bedtime stories?
No, we didn't do that.
Where was he perched? At your
he was in the living room for a while.
Really?
Yes.
That must have been fun for your neighbors.
Yeah, it's a talking thing.
So you've got
What's that guy?
Yeah, what is this?
You've got your Waterford Crystal, you've got your Monet, and then you've got the gnome.
The gnome, right in the middle. Why wouldn't you? But for the most part, he was upstairs in my little locker that I have that you visited during the off season. 2 down. Swahe still at first base. Headley struck out. 4 Ks. And Freddie Galvis will take a pitch outside.
Mud, when you visited, did you bring dinner?
He brought nothing. Actually, that's not true. He brought me a fishing rod, which I really
I
appreciate.
did.
It was a gift.
I brought you a gift.
Yes.
Did you fish with it?
I did. Got a shark with it. Outstanding.
I love that.
My good friend,
you're a giver.
Jim Trilikis and his wife Sophia. He makes fishing rods, and he made one for Don.
Very nice. Thank you.
That's a big league fishing rod.
It is tremendous.
Do you fish?
Occasionally. We've got a lake down by our house, a pond too. A pond would be good for you.
It's one of my favorites.
Galvis takes a strike, and that was borderline. 2-1.
And that's the breaking ball off the plate. That's a tough one because it's the breaking ball trying to bring it back off the plate, and as a hitter, it goes against you. That's a tough one to take right there. I mean, called a strike, Mark Sweeney. Now you got to really protect.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here. Freddie Galvis batting with Carlos Swahe at first base. In the air, foul down the left field line, out of play. Padres have left 7 men on base. Rockies have left 5. Galvis pops it up right side of the infield. DJ LeMahieu now coming back in. Equidistant between first and second. Makes the catch that ends the inning. 5-2 Rockies. Arenado able to drive in the first run for the Rockies. But Myers would answer with a solo shot, tie the game 1-1. Carlos Swahe drives in a run with this double down the right field line to the corner. Hosmer would score, but Ian Desmond with a 2-run shot out to right center field to the right of the 396 marker. As the Rockies on top 5-2. To the 6th inning we go, and a former Rocky now in the game is Jordan Lyles, who takes over on the hill here in the 6th inning.
Hold the deficit, and the Padres got a long way to go here, only trailing by 3, 5-2 score. Last season with the Rockies and the Padres. High ERA, but once again, good stuff. He needs to hone in, hit the crosshairs, hit his spots. Boy, lefty's hitting 360, and righty's almost 300 off right-handed Jordan Lyles.
Some other defensive changes for the Padres we'll tell you about here as Chris Iannetta leads it off and fouls it to the screen. Well, Will Myers does come out of the game. Hunter Renfroe goes in right field. And moving into third base is Corey Spangenberg. Strike called, and it's 0-2 to Iannetta. Walked in the second, grounded out to short in the 4th inning. Brian Mitchell going the first 5 innings, giving up 8 hits and 5 runs. Walked 3, did not strike anybody out. And threw 94 pitches in his 5 innings as Iannetta stays alive.
Well, Ellis got rocked on that one. Got squared up. This squares him right up in the mask. Watch.
Ooh. Is AJ sporting the shock absorbers on that grill? Yeah, there they are. Absorbing some of the impact. Still, though, that's rattling your fillings right there.
That was pretty square. That'll drop in there for strike 3, and Lyles able to strike out Iannetta. Well, here's our Arco top tier plays, and defensively the Padres have looked pretty good tonight. Hosmer going for the 4th shot at third base. Elevating is Iswahe in short right field to make the catch, and Freddie Galvis with a couple of good plays tonight.
Now, guys, the new additions that we've seen, especially Freddie Galvis, and also the accuracy of the arm of Eric Hosmer, really come into play.
That one play the other night, remember, deep first base that Andy talked about before the game.
Unbelievable. Not many first basemen that can accurately throw in that big of a situation.
Ryan McMahon batting for the first time as he bats in Chad Bettis' spot. .158, no homers and a run batted in last season in 17 games. Bettis had been 1 for 2 from the number 9 spot in the Rockies order tonight. Jordan Lyles was stretched out as a starter for a period during the spring, but then placed back into the bullpen towards the end of spring training.
Guys, would you consider him kind of a swing guy, has a chance to start again, but then again being effective out of the bullpen, maybe, you know, once through the lineup if needed? You know, 2 innings, inning here, inning there.
Spangenberg takes care of that soft line or 2 down.
You know, Mud, I would. And for Jordan Lyles, obviously it's the adjustments that you make. He has the stuff. You watch his bullpens, they're lights out.
Yeah.
He reacts the way that you should be as a starter. What I've seen that he's made an adjustment with is in between pitches. He's quickened up the pace a little bit. I think he has to indicate that type of rhythm that he gets into. At times last year we saw him slow at a slow pace, and maybe there's too much thinking going on. I think Jordan Lyles, when he's in this mode, looks a lot more on the attack.
Well, the relief situation may be best for him maybe in this instance. So
It's happened to other pitchers.
yeah,
They just feel like shorter spurts, right? An inning here, maybe an inning plus, depending on who's coming up.
Blackman sends it out to center. Manuel Margot is out there to make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning first of the night for Padres pitching. 5-2 Rockies.
Oh yeah, dig in. Great ballpark food. Coming to the ballpark, and it's hard to hold back the smiles.
New pitcher on for the Rockies out of Northeastern University. Adam Ottavino comes into the game.
It's a good school.
Great school. His 3rd appearance of the year.
Very integral part of that Rockies bullpen. We mentioned it last half inning. Ottavino always working out of the stretch. Throws across his body. Mid-90s on the heater.
Got A.J. Ellis, Spangenberg, and Margot to face here in the inning.
Is Northeastern a junior college?
No.
Crickets.
Still going to miss for Ellis, 1 and 2.
I'm kidding. It's a fine school. What's their nickname?
Huskies.
Nice.
I love Huskies.
Strike 3 call on that outside corner. And A.J. Ellis strikes out for the first out here at the bottom of the 6th inning.
Heavy on the 4-seamers and the slider from Adam Ottavino. Then he'll occasionally mix in a 2-seamer and a changeup. That's a 2-seamer up there that comes back and hits the outside corner.
One down, and Corey Spangenberg batting for the first time. Took over defensively last inning at third base. Five runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Rockies. 2 runs, 5 hits, and an error for the Padres. Ottavino coming on here for Chad Bettis with the first 5 innings. We get 5 hits and only 2 runs.
As you can see, he loves that slider. Throws it for a strike, but also has the put away slider as well.
That's a good pitch.
Wow. Tough pitch to take, but it's a ball. 2-2.
You know, Mark, you talk about that slider. The beauty of the slider, which I like, is that you can make it a sharp pitch, but then you can also wrap it a little bit more to make it a little bigger. And I'm not saying that anybody can just do that. Through time and through practice, you can make it a little bigger and maybe use it as an off speed, more of an off speed to get a guy way out in front.
Spangenberg strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Ottavino. And they're 2 down in the 6th inning. A reminder, fans, you can send us your video question. Use the hashtag BuzzTheBoothSD, and we will answer it during an upcoming broadcast. That's hashtag BuzzTheBoothSD.
Yeah, give us a buzz.
2 down here in the 6th inning, and it brings up Manuel Margot.
Don would love to answer your question.
Absolutely. Got exciting news today from Randy Jones. As Margot take a pitch outside, they've worked out a deal with my agent, and I will be playing on the Padres alumni softball team again this year against the Marines.
That was huge.
Very good.
Yeah, well, the outing was solid enough apparently that they're bringing me back.
Are you going to hit?
Hopefully we'll hit this time, yes.
You know, Mark, he's being nice around you because you should have heard what he was saying when he was pitching last year.
Oh, yeah.
And how you're not laying out for rockets on the infield.
Because, first of all, I don't have a dental program that would have allowed me to get that scud that was hit at me. That thing was the hardest ball ever.
Oh, the swing and a miss. There were some rockets. They were all over the place.
Wow.
Marquis Cianfranco, I thank him very much. He was able to make one of the plays behind me.
Well, he's good. That's the reason why he plays short. I think when you are towing the slab next year, or this year, I should say.
They have me do that again.
I'm going to play short right. I want you to get over. I'll feed you.
It was hit sharply to first base. Next thing I know, it's in the right field corner, rattling around. This is line to third, and up there to get it is Arenado. 1, 2, 3, 6th inning. To the 7th we go. 5-2 Rockies.
Let me look it up. Skip, you got the BP groups? 2 for 2 on scoops today. Your money over there today. Hey, I don't care. I'm impressed. Day 1, you're ready. If Villanova wins, I think I win it. Yeah, buddy. I think so.
Eric Hosmer wearing the microphone for us on opening day during batting practice, as this one is popped up around the bag at second. And Asuaje will make the catch for the first out of the inning. And heard him at the end there say if Villanova wins it, he may have won. So he may have won because you know what? Villanova did win it tonight.
They did. I want to thank Eric for wearing the mic, getting mic'd up.
We've asked you to do it several times, and you won't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
No, they haven't.
1 out here in the 7th.
I'd get mic'd up.
And Arenado standing in.
Have you ever worn a wire?
A wire? No.
I just watched Goodfellas the other night. I'm like, I couldn't resist.
It's fresh on your mind, obviously.
Oh,
No, I haven't. I feel very confident in telling you that. Arenado has lined out, grounded out, and walked. Line out in the first, produced an RBI, his second of the year.
This is the situation that I was referring to regarding Jordan Lyles. Short spurts, right, an inning or two, because last half inning, 8-9-1. Hold that deficit of 3, and now you've got 2, 3, 4. The big boys coming up, and this is exactly where, in the 7th inning, you need to hold the Rockies, and maybe with the stuff of Jordan Lyles, he might be that guy.
A guy who can give you multiple innings.
Yeah, because let's face it, if you're a reliever, and it's pretty much throughout baseball, you know, if you've got good hard stuff, you're going to be able to utilize it more and pump up the radar gun, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to be throwing consistently 96, 97.
Well, he strikes out Arenado. Second strikeout for Lyles.
Good changeup. Good changeup from Jordan Lyles. The old trap door, and Arenado swings right over the top of it.
Let's check in with Bob Scanlon.
It's been nice to watch Jordan Lyles tonight. He's doing a great job of locating his pitches to both sides of the plate. Good late action on everything. And one thing he's been working on mechanically is using that front arm a little more effectively. It used to be very low, not getting a chance to get his arm into it very much, but now he's using the front arm. It's a little bit higher. That allows the throwing arm to get into a better throwing position and create more downward tilt. So far, it's looking pretty good tonight, guys.
So far, so good. Inning and 2/3. He's retired all 5 Rockies that he's faced so far. Dealing with Carlos Gonzalez.
I'll tell you what, that swing and a miss from Nolan Arenado coming out of his shoes. That was Rob Deere-like. Remember Rob Deere?
Of course.
Oh, more swings and misses than that guy.
Occasional 3-run home run. Though.
Occasional.
Yeah.
Occasional.
Foul to the screen.
And the only reason why I poke fun is because Robbie and I are dear friends, teammates back in the Giants days. But boy, when he put a charge into one, they went a long way.
And a shift on the right side are the Padres. Or Spangenberg, third baseman, has joined the group on the right side. Pitch down and in, 2-2.
Not a bad pitch, kind of soft, went down and in with that curveball. Now he can do so many things here. Fastball in to try to lock him up, fastball up and out of the zone. Or maybe even bounce a breaking ball over the heart of the plate. It's got to be out of the zone, though.
Slowly rolled right side coming in. That's why he's got to hurry up, and his underhand flip will be late. Carlos Gonzalez beats it out here with 2 down in the inning.
Sometimes the ball is not hit hard enough. And with the shift on, elected to go with the hand to scoop. Maybe if he went with the glove would have been different, but maybe not getting enough on it with the glove flip. And the Rockies extend the inning.
2-out base runner here, and it brings up Ian Desmond. Gives him a chance. Of course, Desmond's had a big night tonight. Double, a home run, 3 RBIs. Second home run of the year for Desmond. Takes strike 1. Jordan Lyles, 27 years old. Parts of 4 years with the Colorado Rockies. Late timeout call there. I'm not sure it was granted. I guess it was. Very late.
Very.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
That's a good yacker right there. Not only a great yacker, but good location as well.
Watch where it ends up. Out of the hand, looks like a strike. Desmond commits, and it's down out of the zone.
12-6.
Yeah, bringing him to his knees. Yeah, why not throw him another one?
This is for ball 1. Brian Mitchell went the first 5 innings, giving up the 5 runs Rockies have in the game. Jordan Lyles, to his 2nd inning of relief. Big lead at first base for Gonzalez. And that's ball 2, 2-2. Lyles broke into the big leagues with the Houston Astros in 2011. That's 3 years in Houston, 4 years in Colorado, and now his 2nd season as a member of the Padres. Made 5 starts at the end of last year and was 1-3 for the Padres. It's 2-2. Swung on and missed, and Jordan Lyles dominates here tonight. Nicely done. Out of the pen, 7th inning stretch. On top are the Rockies 5-2, but Jordan Lyles outstanding in this one. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. And by Petco, where the pets go. Everything looking good tonight.
What do we got there? Is that brisket or
wow.
What is that, Donnie?
Oh, they got garlic fries going on there.
Cheesesteaks.
Have you tried all this stuff this last week?
I have not. Not yet. Can't go wrong with a chocolate chip cookie. And by the way,
what is the segment they have for you? Fat man versus food? Is that what it is?
By the way, it should be outlawed. There should be a law passed by Congress that raisins should not be allowed in cookies.
There should be a rule?
Yeah, it should be law.
Well, we head here to the bottom of the 7th inning. Newcomer Brian Shaw on the mound for the Rockies.
Good additions for these Rockies. Mark Sweeney made point of it earlier. Wade Davis, Brian Shaw. And with the extensions, I shouldn't say extensions, but the contracts that were given out to some of the relievers, all told, all the contracts combined for the years and everything, they invested over $100 million in their relief corps for the Colorado Rockies. Shaw, 30 years old, free agent from Cleveland, December of last year, a 3-year deal.
5 seasons with the Indians, parts of 2 years with the Diamondbacks before that. Renfroe batting for the first time, took over for Will Myers in right field. Myers homered in the first inning, was 1 for 3. Two and 2. And he threw in the fastball from Shaw.
High breaking ball. Hey, sometimes the hanging breaking ball is a good breaking ball. Just hung enough.
Popped up outside of first. Over is Ian Desmond, and he made the catch. Desmond right at the railing over there to make the grab in foul ground.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he gets it cleanly. I'm guessing, with the nets there now, they're going to be discussing, does that ball hit the net first? But it looks like that's a clean catch, Don.
That actually helped his fall there.
Yeah. You make a good point. Guys are going to be more aggressive going for balls.
They're not going to land in the stands anymore.
No, he does the tuna. He caught in the netting.
One down here in the 7th. And it brings up Eric Hosmer into the shift for the Rockies on the right side. All the high wire acts working without a net. Well, now you can.
Okay, Carl Wallenda.
He's not working without a net.
Right.
He's working with a net.
Yeah.
Hosmer walked in the first, doubled in the third, flat out to left in the fourth inning. Line to left again, and that's going to get in again. This one by Parra quickly to the track of the wall, and Hosmer to second base with a one-out double. Second double of the night for Eric Hosmer. It's Carlos Suaje, who also has a two-hit night.
Taking that breaking ball, looks like a little cut fastball or a slider the opposite way. That's a good sign. Third time tonight. He has reached base. Need multiple base runners when Eric Hosmer is at the plate to bring him home.
Padres are 1 for 6 tonight with runners in scoring position. And here is Jose Perella. Perella has grounded into a fielder's choice, grounded out to third, and struck out looking.
You know, Shaw throws across his body a little bit too, like Ottavino. So as a right-handed hitter, you've got that closed front side of the pitcher, and Shaw goes from the third base side of the pitcher's plate as well. So he's coming right at that, as a hitter, that front left hip pocket coming right at you, thrown across your body, get that angle down and away.
In the air to right field, struck pretty well. Back goes Gonzalez at the wall, makes the catch. Tagging at second and moving to third is Hosmer. Well, Perella gives it a ride to deep right field, but he's out number 2 here in the 7th inning.
There's always that distinct sound off the end of the bat that indicates, well, you really didn't get it. Sounded okay, but got under it maybe a little bit too much to have it die at the track.
So 2 down. Hosmer now 90 feet away, and it brings up Carlos Suaje. And Ryan Shaw, of course, getting a lot of postseason experience. The Cleveland Indians, 19 career postseason appearances, 2.45 ERA in the postseason. '79 appearances out of the pen last year for the Indians. Suaje tonight, 2 hits, double and a single, and has driven in a run. And there is Christian Villanueva, who has come out on deck here. He would bat in the 6th spot. This one is lined down the left field line, foul. Well, the Rockies pen, you got Ryan Shaw, we've talked about, big addition for them, but you also can add Wade Davis to that conversation, and the 2 big guys that they have added. Davis 32 out of 33 save opportunities a year ago.
And the strikeouts jump out also with Davis. 79 and 58 plus.
Absolutely. Suaje on the ground to short. To the backhand goes Story. Throws in time, and the inning is over. We head to the 8th with the Rockies on top 5-2.
Typically will leave the building to circle all the bases, but he tries a different approach tonight.
Yeah, at first it looked like they hit the fair pole, but also rattles off that yellow line and kicks perfectly. You have to put it perfectly for him to round the bases.
He looked like
usually
he was
hits them out of the
laboring.
yard.
Why wouldn't he? He's about 400 pounds right now. He's a big boy. 5-0 is where they stand right now. Cleveland leads the Angels. They're late in this one in the bottom of the 7th. Mark and I are working on Padres Live, the post-game show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications. You're going to hear from Andy Green. Get an update for you on Will Myers' situation as he has left the ball game. All that for you, plus some highlights from around the league when we see you after the final out. Don and Mark.
All right, Mike and Mark, thanks very much. Jordan Lyles back on the mound again. His 3rd inning of relief. And nobody's warming in the pen, so you can ride this horse as long as they can.
Where'd that one miss? 93 at the knees doesn't count, I guess. Yeah, why not? He's in a groove. He's throwing the ball extremely well.
Gerardo Parra leading it off, 0 for 3 in the ball game. There's a strike, 2-1. And Mitchell, the starter, gave up the 5 runs the Rockies have in 5 innings. And on the hook in this one. Into right center field, and the first hit of the night for Gerardo Parra.
While we have a second, this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Lead runner on here for the Rockies in the 8th inning. Trevor Story single to center field in the 2nd. Lined out to short in the 4th. Flight out to right in the 5th. In the air to shallow center. Suaje going out. Margot coming in, and it's Manuel makes the catch for the first out of the 8th inning.
You know, I like what I've seen from Lyles. Obviously, he's thrown up zeros and he's only allowed 2 base runners so far, but mixing in the breaking ball, both the curveball and the changeup. Good live fastball at mid-90s.
1 out, 1 on. And Chris Iannetta coming up. Popped up. Galvis. Couple strides on the outfield grass. 2 down here in the 8th inning. They're very aggressive on Lyles too. They don't want to get down in the count. He's been throwing a lot of strikes.
Challenging them.
Tauchman coming up here to pinch hit in the pitcher's spot. A 2 down, runner at first here for the Rockies in the 8th. Tauchman .222 average last year, 31 games. The first, and back to the bag is Parra. Did dive back and did so safely. Rockies have 10 hits in the game now. Hitting the Padres 10-6 on top, 5-2. It's coming in 38 pitches for Jordan Lyles. That's gotten him 2 2/3 innings. Fly ball, right center field, long run for Hunter Renfroe, who will get there to make the catch in front of the warning track. At bottom of the 8th, 5-2 Rockies. Bottom of the 8th inning, and let's revisit our keys to the game brought to you by our San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, talking about the punch in the lineup, they've got some, but 2 players in particular. That man being one of them. Charlie Blackmon, Nolan Arenado. No love for those guys. Well, 2 for 6, couple of doubles, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Deep start for Brian Mitchell. First as a Padre, 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs. Was not getting ahead of the hitters. First pitch strikes weren't good. But you know what, though? Even though he kind of struggled a little bit, kept him in the ball game.
The first pitch strikes to 8 of 26.
Yeah. And still, at the time when he was in the ball game, only a 1-run deficit or a 2-run deficit.
And Jake McGee into the game here for the Rockies. 4th arm used by Bud Black.
His last inning, he gave up 2 runs. That was in the 5th inning, leaving with a 5-2 lead for the Rockies. So Jake McGee, second game for the left-hander. Rockies got a good pen. Lefty Chris Russin down there, Mike Dunn, now Jake McGee.
Matt Caesar pinch hitting here. Again, things in the bottom of the 8th. Just coming over from the Chicago Cubs last year. Sprays it foul and evens the count at 1-1.
Three great innings from Jordan Lyles. Faced 2 over the minimum. 3 strikeouts. A couple of singles.
Breaking ball drops in there for strike 2. 31-year-old Jake McGee. Now his 3rd season with the Colorado Rockies after 6 seasons in Tampa Bay. He's the Tampa Bay closer at one point. 19 saves for the Rays back in 2014. Was with the Rockies as well at 15 saves. The Rockies the year before last, 3 last year.
I think it's so nice if you have that luxury of having a guy setting up to a guy like Wade Davis who has closer's experience.
Caesar fooled on that pitch, strikes out for the first out here of the 8th. Let's check back in with Bob Scanlon.
Hey guys, we've got a nice matchup tomorrow. We got Freeland going against Tyson Ross. Tyson Ross making his return to the Padres after missing part of last season, coming back from the thoracic outlet surgery. He feels completely different this year, guys. He came into spring training healthy for the first time in 2 years. He's throwing the ball like he did back in his old Padre days, and he is very excited to be back out there tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing him.
That'll be fun to watch.
Yep.
A very good spring training. Down to 3rd, Arenado will throw out Freddie Galvis for the second out here of the 8th inning. So 2 up, 2 down against Jake McGee. And bring up A.J. Ellis. Ellis tonight has flied out to right, been hit by a pitch, and last time up struck out looking. Down 0-2. Tom McGrath in the pen, had been warming up earlier. Going over matchups right now in the pen with Doug Bachler. Chad Bettis started this game, pitcher of record for the Rockies right now. 5 innings, 2 runs. Davino and Shaw, 2 shutout innings combined, each had 1, and now Jake McGee has 2 outs in the 8th. Spangenberg on deck. He's already batted once in this game. Going to get a chance here in the 8th inning with 2 down. Two and 2.
Needs some base runners, but it's tough. This Rocky bullpen has been getting ahead and making good pitches, having the Padre hitters in the hole. 1-2, trying to make them chase. Now 2-2.
Sprayed foul again. The bat turned in here by A.J. Ellis. Another foul ball. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up here for A.J. Ellis. Game one of a 4-game series between the Padres and Rockies. Swing and a miss, and Ellis strikes out to end the inning. A 1-2-3-8 for McGee, 5-2 Rockies.
I'm gonna leave it all out there tonight. I'm gonna leave it all out there.
5-2 Rockies as we head to the top of the 9th inning. New pitcher on for the Padres, Kyle McGrath, who had been warming up earlier in the game, and after 3 shutout innings from Jordan Lyles, who did a great job. Kyle McGrath now into the game to pitch the 9th inning for the Padres.
This left-hander does not throw hard, funky delivery right over the top, right out of the back of the hat. Last season, 17 games for Kyle. A nice ERA at 2.84. Almost a strikeout per innings pitched. 19 innings, 16 punchies.
Charlie Blackmon leading it off here in the 9th inning. It's 2 doubles in this game and has gone 2 for 4. Blackmon, LeMahieu, and Arenado scheduled to bat here in the 9th inning. Swing and a miss, and Blackmon had the hand come off the bat there on that cut.
I think Kyle McGrath falls into the category why you don't have to throw hard as a pitcher, right? He's got the funky delivery. He's got the short arm action right on the back of the cap. And it's hard to stay back. That's 86-mile-an-hour cheese. That's about how hard Kyle is going to be humping it up. Scouts can put away the radar gun when he's on the hill. He can be effective also for a hitter here, a hitter there, or an inning.
Fouled off below us, off the bat of Blackmon here, who continues to battle. Nice job tonight for Jordan Lyles. He's given up the 2 hits, ended up with 3 strikeouts in his 3 innings of work. To right center field, struck pretty well. Back goes Margot onto the track at the wall, and that ball's gone. Charlie Blackmon has gone deep for the 4th time already this year, and puts the Rockies on top 6-2 with that home run to right center field.
One of the hard things I would think about hitting off Kyle McGrath is staying back, because you know you're seeing 95, 96 all night long, and I think one of the common themes tonight has been high location of the fastball. Well, this is high. Charlie Blackmon stays back nicely. I mean, he didn't drift at all on that pitch. He really stayed back, let the ball travel to him, and then spun on it to send it on its way.
DJ LeMahieu waiting on a 1-0. And he hits it in the air pretty well to deep left center field. Perella going back. And that ball is gone. Back to back go the Rockies here in the 9th inning. Blackmon, now LeMahieu. And the Rockies up their lead to 7-2. Third home run of the night for Colorado.
Yeah, you can't make many mistakes to hitters who have won batting championships. Four-seam fastball right down the middle.
So 7-2 now, Rockies. Still nobody out here in the 9th inning, and Nolan Arenado now batting. It's the second home run of the year for DJ LeMahieu. His second hit of the night. And a batting champion in his own right. Arenado does not have a hit tonight. A sac fly and a walk. Has scored a run. Badly fooled on that pitch. 2-1. I think a fastball didn't get it. Carlos Gonzalez waiting on deck. Rockies batting here in the 9th inning. Arenado will take the walk. Second time in his walk tonight. And aboard here with nobody out in the inning. And Carlos Gonzalez coming up. A.J. Ellis, the catcher, going to the mound here.
Yeah, and Darren Ballsy on the phone. You got to get an arm loose out there.
Nobody up right now, but somebody will be. Adam Simber is up in the pen. Padres going to a shift on the right side, but they keep it tight to the infield with the double play possibility. As Gonzalez takes strike one. Tonight grinding into a fielder's choice, a double to left field, flying out to center, and last time up single in the infield to second base. So a 2-hit night and an RBI for Carlos Gonzalez. Pops it up. A.J. Ellis, the catcher, discards the mask and makes the catch for the first out of the 9th inning.
Gonzalez just could not lay off that high pitch from McGrath.
One down and brings up Ian Desmond. Desmond's had a nice night tonight. A double to right field in the 3rd inning, and then a 2-run shot in the 5th inning. His second home run of the year. So get away from Ellis. No advance for Arenado, though. He'll stay at first base. Popped up right side. Suaje. Arenado forgot how many outs there were. Suaje makes the catch, fires to first, and just getting back was Arenado. I thought there were 2 outs and was going on contact, and was able to get back barely at first base as Desmond pops out, 2 down.
That's got to be the worst feeling. It just goes to show you everybody forgets how many outs there are. I mean, we see it all the time. Contact, pop him up. Arenado is running. Then all of a sudden, whoa, hey, wait, get the lasso out. Bring him back, reel him in. First base coach Tony Diaz
tell him to get back.
Eduardo Parra 1 for 4 tonight. Single center field in the 8th inning. Two and 0. Home runs for Blackman and LeMahieu in this inning. 3 home runs tonight for the Rockies. Ian Desmond had one earlier. They've gone back-to-back here in the 9th. Tough way to start the inning for Kyle McGrath. Blackman first to right center, then DJ LeMahieu to left. Double-barreled action in the pen. Russin and Oberg both warming.
Yeah, before the 2 runs, it's 5-2. You're still within slam range. Now you're out of slam range, trailing by 5.
Trevor Story on deck with 2 down here in the 9th inning. Strike 2, full count. Arenado at first base with 2 away. In the dirt, ball 4, and he walks him. Second walk of the inning given up by McGrath. Going to push Arenado to second base and give Trevor Story another chance. Here comes Andy Green after that walk. So pitching change coming up here. He's had Adam Simber warming in the pen, and back-to-back home runs to begin the inning. But McGrath leaving here. Pitching change with the Rockies on top 7-2. On to their 4th pitcher of the night, Adam Simber now into the game.
How good things can happen when you go to spring training as a non-roster invitee. You're looking at him. Number 90, the first guy to wear number 90 in Major League Baseball history. Made his debut at the 12th inning of opening day. Extra innings, throw him right in there. 2 games, now his 3rd. Trying to get 1 out here and to keep the Rockies at 7 and leave 2 runners stranded for Kyle McGrath.
Trevor Story batting here with runners at first and second. Arenado's at second. Parra's at first with 2 down. Trevor Story 1 for 4 in the game. A single back in the 2nd inning and a stolen base for the Rockies shortstop. In there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Story didn't think so. Got the arms out of the way. Got the bad news from home plate umpire Alfonso Marquez.
I was just looking at you and I laughed. I don't know. You know how my mind works.
1-2 pitch coming up. And that is foul down the right field line.
Just thinking about, remember we had Eric Hosmer mic'd up,
yes,
and they were talking and stuff. And I thought, I just looked at you and I said to myself, I said, you're wearing the type of uni right now that you should be wearing a wire. Just by what you're wearing. You know, you look like you just got done meeting with Johnny Bag of Donuts, and you know you're giving him some info, and you know you're
wow.
a little witness protection going on.
You think I'm wearing a wire? So it's foul down the first base line.
Don't forget the cannolis. Now that's pretty cool. Getting it all documented right there, and hey, get that Visa card number. So, what's that expiration date right there? Hey, a little lower. Oh, okay.
Outside for ball 2, 2-2. Arenado at second base, Parra at first, 2 down, 2 runs in. The Rockies on top 7-2 in game 1 of this 4-game series. Why are you touching? There's no wire. I am not wearing a wire.
Okay, he's clean.
I'm clean. He watched one movie in the last 24 hours, Goodfellas, and now all of a sudden everybody's wearing a wire. That's inside. And that's going to load the bases now for the Rockies. Third walk of the inning allowed by Padres pitching. Chris Iannetta coming up here for the 5th time in the ball game. He's walked, grounded out, struck out, and popped out.
You know, a lot of time on the field for the defense, right? So you get back on your heels a little bit, maybe.
This one dribbled back towards the mound. Simber's got it. He will throw to first for the out. That ends the 9th inning. But 2 runs in the inning. 7-2 Rockies. Back in the first inning, ties the score 1-1 with a solo shot out to right center field. Then he came up with the bases loaded and almost took it out of the yard. Charlie Blackmon back there in center field, able to make the catch, and then banged into the wall. One of the deepest parts of the ballpark here at Petco Park. Now it's on to the bottom of the 9th inning. Padres trailing by 5. And Chris Russin into the game here now for the Rockies.
Boy, a lot of work last year for this left-hander. He has started, he has relieved, but last year finished second in Major League Baseball, 85 innings. This year the high ERA, and it's always tough for a reliever, especially early in the season. Very few innings, and if you drop a 3 spot, even a 4 spot, it's tough to bring that ERA down. So small sample size for the lefty Russin.
Spangenberg leading it off here in the bottom of the 9th inning with work to do for the Padres. The bullpen has been terrific tonight. They've allowed only 1 hit. Savino, Shaw, McGee.
That's their strength.
Russin taking over for Jake McGee, who went 1 inning, faced 3 batters, tired them all, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Fly ball headed out towards center field. Charlie Blackmon going back onto the track at the wall. That ball is gone. Corey Spangenberg has homered to begin things in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Well, it starts with a single step. Corey Spangenberg put a charge into that one. It's a little cutter from Russin, lefty on lefty. Corey keeps that front shoulder in there squarely, sends it right back up the center of the diamond. Does this one sound nice off the bat? I think it did. You know that sound we talked about, Don?
Oh, yeah.
I think you got it.
Padres getting closer now as Margot lifts it down the right field line foul. Grove has grounded to short, walked, struck out, last time up, lined out to third. Two and two. Just after the changeup there. We'll go now. Renfroe waiting on deck. Padres batting here in the bottom of the ninth.
You know, Don, with this bullpen of the Rockies, there's going to be more times than people realize that save is going to come in the 7th or 8th. Because it's going to be close. Bud Black's going to go to one of those guys, like an Ottavino, a Shaw, McGee. And then the Rockies with their offense score a handful.
DJ LeMahieu throws out Manuel Margot for the first out of the 9th inning.
And that's where that save will really come in, to have those arms in that bullpen to shut it down in the 7th or the 8th inning.
The Shaws, the McGees, those type of guys. Don't need the closer right now, not yet. One out here in the 9th, and it brings up Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe came into the game in the 7th inning and fouled out to Ian Desmond, the first baseman, first time up. Nice catch by Fandor, right?
Yeah, you bet. That's why you bring your glove to the ball yard.
Wesson falling behind 3-1 now to Renfroe. Eric Hosmer waiting on deck. One down here in the 9th. Fouled off to the right, out of play. That'll get up into the upper deck.
Russon's another one of those left-handers that is not overpowering. High 80s. 87, 89 on the fastball. Maybe touch 90 once in a while.
Ball 40 loses him. So Renfroe down to first base with one out. Padres need some base runners. And Eric Hosmer coming up. Well, busy coming up here for the pitching coach for the Rockies again.
Already the second walk for Hunter Renfroe this season.
Foster out there to talk to Russin, and Wade Davis is going to start to warm up, looks like.
Yeah, one more base runner would be a safe situation. The tying run would be on deck. I take that back. Two more base runners. My math is off a little bit tonight.
Eric Hosmer, 2 doubles in the game and a walk. On the ground right side, LeMahieu will go to first base for out number 2 as Renfroe takes second base. Hosmer retired this time, 2 down in the 9th.
No, I was right. One more base runner. First and second, it would be a safe situation. So I was right the first time. So don't give me that look. By the way, whoever sold you that suit's got one sense of humor.
2 down in the 9th. Jose Perella, 0 for 4 in the ball game. runs away. One pitch. And a swing and a miss. 1-2. Padres down to their last strike here with 2 down in the 9th inning. Reaching out, fouling this one off to the right, out of play. Renfroe at second base, 2 down here in the 9th inning. Going back and forth here with Chris Iannetta. The count of 1-2 to Jose Perella. In the air to right field. Carlos Gonzalez going back, and he can't get it up over his head. Scoring from second base is Renfroe. Perella's headed for third base, and he will get there standing. An RBI triple. Now 7-4.
Staying nicely on that breaky ball, the 79-mile-an-hour fast, our curveball just out of the reach of Gonzalez, and doing a nice job of spanking it that way. Thought maybe Gonzalez, he went maybe a direct route rather than back, not realizing how well that ball was struck.
Well, now you got a save situation. Bud Black going to get his closer. 7-4. Is driven in a run, and the Rockies now have a 3-run lead, so they go to get their closer. And Wade Davis warming up here, coming in. Didn't look like it was going to be a save situation tonight, but now it is.
And it's really a situation that I don't think Bud Black really wants to do, but he has to. It's a save situation. You don't want to play it safe. Last season with the Cubs, just one shy of being perfect, 32 for 33. A wonderful ERA at 2.3. And when you boil it down, the opponent's only hitting 186. He kept the ball in the yard nicely as well. So innings, strikeouts, he keeps the ball in the yard. It's the whole package, according to Wade Davis.
Signed a 3-year contract in December. 32 out of 33 saves a year ago. Carlos Suaje coming to bat here with the runner at third, 2 down. The runner is Jose Perella. Suaje tonight with 2 hits, double and a single, and he has driven in a run. There is strike 1. Davis was not up very long out there in the pen. As Russin struggled in his 2/3 of an inning so far, charged with 2 runs here in the 9th inning. Oh, and 2. Davis trying to wrap it up here for the Rockies in game 1 of the series. Bounces in and nicely blocked by Iannetta. Advance for Perella at third base.
Well, his 4-seamer is about 94, 95. Then he'll mix in that curveball and cutter.
Ball, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the 9th inning.
Backdoor slider, bury the slider in, no. Fastball in, no. Fastball away.
Suaje to left field. Parra moving over, and he'll get there to make the catch. That ends the ball game. Well, the Padres get 2 in the 9th inning, but come up short as a 7-4 victory for the Rockies in Game 1 of the series. Padres Live is next. Mike Pomeranz, what's in store?
Well, Donnie, what we see in the post-game show, you're going to hear from Andy Green. He's going to talk about his starter, Brian Mitchell, what he expects from his club moving forward. Also, Tyson Ross is likely the starter tomorrow, so we'll tee you up for that in moments on Padres Live.